number 1 in the Ozarks. This is KY3 News at 10.
Road crews busy right now as dropping temperatures are making roads worse in some parts of the Ozarks.
We are driving the roads for you tonight to find out which are more dangerous than others.
It's a dangerous job.
And the danger is facing the people who are rescuing drivers stranded by the snow and ice.
Good evening to you. I'm Ethan Forhetz.
I'm Lisa Rose. New tonight, more slide-offs around the Ozarks, unfortunately, as driving conditions worsen as temperatures go down. There are already dozens of schools closed, including Springfield, we might add. We're updating them right now on your screen. They're at the bottom and at ky3.com, as well as your KY3 smartphone app.
And we are live roadside. KY3's Paula Morehouse starts our coverage tonight on the roads. Paula.
Right now, a light mixture of rain and snow coming down, and it's compounding to what's already on the ground out here, which is really some heavy, wet snow out here. The roads, the main one like Sunshine here, partly covered with snow and ice, a little slushy. They are certainly passable with caution, though, because once that sun set this evening, the roads started getting really icy. In fact, I want you to take a look at this video from a little earlier this evening. This was on Highway 60. A Nissan Xterra swerved off the road, flipped over until it finally came to a stop some 60 yards down that embankment. The ambulance rushed that driver to the hospital, and we are told he is listed in serious condition. No one else in that SUV, thank goodness. This happened on Highway 60 within about 5 miles of the Springfield city limits. A firefighter told us while they were working that wreck, 3 other slide-offs. So very slick out this evening. I'm going to go hop in that car with my photographer. We're going to go show you how some of the other roads are looking, Lisa and Ethan.
All right, we'll check in with you just a little bit later. Be careful out there. Paula Morehouse tonight. We want to tell you about a wreck involving a couple of semis near the Pulaski-Laclede County line, and it's blocked eastbound Interstate 44.
Held a lot of people up. The roads are still slick, and in the morning, according to our chief meteorologist, it's going to be even slicker. Ron?
Yeah, Lisa, part of the problem is the fact that not only do we get a little more fresh snow tonight, but we're also going to have some patchy freezing drizzle through much of the night, too. And with temperatures expected to drop into the mid-teens, you know, a lot of those side roads are really going to be very slick in the morning, so folks are going to have to give themselves plenty of extra time to get to work. Now, on the radar right now, we can't see very much. I mean, there's still some snow running from around Eldon back down through Fort Leonard Wood to right around the Licking area here in northern Texas County. There's also a batch out here around Joplin, Webb City, back down towards the Seneca area. Now, there may be other areas of light snow in here because it's falling out of a very low cloud, and the radar beam tends to overshoot that. We'll put this into motion. You can see how these waves of energy continue to push off to the northeast at around 30 miles per hour. Here are some of the latest snowfall totals we've had. Springfield about 1.6. We got this one in. Lincoln up at 5 inches. Marshall at 1 and Harrison at 1 as well. And 2.5 over in Hartfield today. Our forecast for the morning, we're going to drop down to around 15 tomorrow afternoon. And we'll just gain 3 degrees. We'll get to around 18 before temperatures fall again in the afternoon. Lisa?
Okay, Ron. It's been a busy few months for our tow truck operators around here, coming to the rescue of stranded drivers. KY3's Mike Landis has more on the conditions and the dangers out there along the road. Mike?
Yeah, Lisa, it seems like this winter sunshine has looked more like this than any other viewpoint. You see the snow and the ice out there causing a lot of slippery conditions, lots of crashes and slide-offs. Every time a tow truck operator goes out there to offer help, they're entering a danger zone themselves. It's been a long winter and a lot of work.
Well, we've been busy enough that nobody's getting much sleep these days, it seems like.
Tow truck drivers are staying busy, rescuing motorists who have broken down, run off the road, or crashed their cars.
And it's fun. We enjoy what we do. The drivers like it or they wouldn't do it.
It's cold, wet, and dangerous.
We try to get out there and get everything done quick as possible and then get everything going.
Trent was helping a vehicle at the side of the road when a car swerved and sideswiped his tow truck.
I was just thinking, oh my God, brand new truck.
More importantly,
thank God there's nobody around it, you know, because if it was, I mean, the person on the driver's side of the truck would have been hurt if they was too close.
Affordable Towing had gone 15 years with just one instance of a car slamming into one of its tow trucks. Suddenly, this season, there have been 3.
But it's a dangerous job.
Industry statistics reveal, on average, 30 to 50 tow truck drivers a year are killed trying to do their jobs across the U.S.
We pray for our drivers, literally, and we keep them Well, we have a pretty strict safety program.
Tow truck drivers know to watch their surroundings at all times, but they're asking for a little help out there.
Just to give the tow trucks a little room, that they are part of the emergency response.
I'm sure everybody else wants to get where they need to go, and I want to get home at night and see my family.
And of course, sliding into a tow truck is dangerous, but also illegal. Missouri's move over law, which says if you're driving down the road, come upon like a paramedic or a policeman, you have to move over for safety reasons. That also applies to tow trucks and tow truck drivers. So if you come across that and you end up sliding into a tow truck, you could have a fine anywhere from hundreds of dollars up to thousands of dollars. Lisa and Ethan.
A great reminder, Mike Landis tonight. Thanks, Mike.
A Good Samaritan is being hailed a hero tonight for jumping into a pond to pull 2 young women from their submerged car. Donovan Hensley had just dropped off his wife at work when he saw skid marks in the snow leading to that pond near Scenic and Chesterfield Boulevard in southwest Springfield. He stopped and he saw 2 young women standing on the roof of that sinking SUV. Hensley realized there wasn't time to call 911, so he went into the water to rescue the girls.
I just started wading out there to them, and water got up to about right here on me, and I was pretty close to them, but remember grabbing their purses and throwing it up on the bank, and then just said one at a time, jump towards me. And so grabbed them and brought them out.
Wow, what a great story. Good for him. The driver said she was trying to stop the car, but couldn't, and it slid into the pond. Hensley warmed the girls in his car, then he drove them home. Fortunately, no one badly hurt. Both westbound lanes of Interstate 70 shut down near Columbia for a time today after heavy snow and dozens of crashes there made the road impassable. One eastbound lane also had to be closed. No one was seriously hurt and the road was able to reopen this afternoon.
Tonight, a plane slid off the runway, Kansas City International Airport, and right into a snowbank. No one was hurt when the Denver-bound plane slipped off the runway, but this is the latest in a series of problems at the airport, with more than 60 canceled flights today, and of course, dozens of angry passengers. No power on this cold, wintry night for many in Arkansas. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas tell us about 16,000 customers are still without power. Crews are working through the night to help get the lights back on.
Boy, it was oh so close for Springfield's Marie Pearl. Even though she was beat out by other contestants on The Biggest Loser a few weeks ago, tonight she had a chance to win $100,000 by maintaining her weight loss.
Take a look at her. That woman is a winner, though. She looks beautiful, doesn't she? You can see she dropped 111 pounds since the show began last fall, 44% of her weight. Not enough, though, to win the big cash prize. Still an incredible run for the much slimmer, healthier Marie.
You know, I learned that setting a goal and reaching it is the best feeling in the world. So I just want to keep setting new goals, both physically and, you know, with my workouts and weight loss, but I want to go home and start on that big goal, which is to start a family. So
I can't wait to hear that update.
Isn't she something?
That's great. Yeah, what a good story.
And she's just a lovely person,
we
isn't she?
were rooting for Marie to win the $100,000.
I thought she had, because she was top out of that 3, but then I think the person who actually won overall for the $100,000 won something like, lost something like 54%.
Yeah, that's a huge amount, but good for them, all winners, right?
Yeah.
There are some healthy choice soups in your cabinets, not too healthy for some people.
Yeah, what's wrong with those soups? And it's prompted a big recall. Also, what prompted the most automobile recalls in nearly a decade.
And we are on the street to Springfield live right now. A big difference from one street to the next coming up.
You're watching KY3 News at 10 with Lisa Rose, Ethan Forhetz, Storm Team meteorologist Ron Hurst, and sports with Chad Pline. The Ozarks' #1 newscast.
Boy, this has been the story of the winter. Drivers need to just take heed and care overnight and early tomorrow morning as you're driving, because black ice on the highways, many side streets are still covered with snow tonight.
Yes, speed reduced, right? KY3's Paula Morehouse is out there on the road showing us the latest travel conditions. Paula, what have you been seeing tonight?
We're heading east down Battlefield. The road is partially covered with snow and ice. Drivers certainly want to use caution. Not a lot of cars out at this hour, but when the morning commute comes, it'll be a different story. We're going to take a right here and go down Dayton Avenue to show you what a side street looks like. As we know, the snowplows and ice trucks don't really hit them as much, so look at that, a thick layer of snow and ice. You got to use a lot more caution. So when you're getting up to leave early in the morning, give yourself some extra drive time. We did see some snowplows and salt trucks out earlier this evening. Not here, though, on the side streets, so wake up a little earlier, give yourself some more lead time. That way you can get to work safely. Lisa and Ethan.
Thanks, Paula. And we should point out Paula is not driving. Her photographer's behind the wheel. And Paula, of course, is just reporting live for us tonight. They're in the passenger seat.
Automakers recalled almost 22 million cars and trucks in the United States last year, the most in 9 years. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says automakers initiated 632 separate vehicle recalls in 2013. That's up 9% from the prior year. Companies are saving more money by using more common parts, but that can force them into recall many more vehicles when something does go wrong.
Chicken noodle soup is great on these cold winter days, but one major brand is being recalled. Conagra Foods is pulling some of its healthy choice chicken with rice soup because eggs and wheat aren't listed in the ingredients. That can cause serious problems for people who are allergic to those items. The soup was made on December 16th. The package has an establishment number of P as in Paul 770 with a best by date of June 9th, 2015. You can return the soup to a store for a refund. Pretty busy day for those snowplows clearing our roads. Ron tells us about the nasty cold. It's going to be moving in next when these plows could be working through yet another snowstorm.
So everyone grab a Snuggie and watch TV or play the Wii or maybe
Do you recognize that song? Yeah, it's a fun way the Kentucky schools called off classes today and how some local school leaders are singing the snowed in blues. Stick around for this.
Very, very frightening.
And now, your KY3 Storm Team forecast.
Well, good evening, folks. Paula was out there on the roads in Springfield showing you some of the conditions there. I thought, hey, why not use some of the tower cams to kind of check out some of the road conditions? So I went out to Republic, and you can see on Highway 60, the road actually looks pretty clear. Traffic's moving pretty smoothly. A few cars going a little faster than others out there. And well, you know, we had 3 cars. I think I've counted like 6 here in the last couple of minutes. So not a lot of traffic on Highway 60 tonight. Let's check out the radar picture. Again, there's some patchy areas of very light snow across the Ozarks. Nothing real widespread. As we zoom in up to the northeast, it's kind of getting a little far away from the radar. We're starting to overshoot these clouds a little bit. But just west of Rolla, over towards the Dixon area, some light snow there. Up towards Eldon, picking up some snow north of Stover there in northern Morgan County, still getting some snow as well. As we go back to the southwest towards Joplin, you get towards Miller and then going back west towards, say, Sarcoxy and Webb City, all getting some snow down to Joplin, Neosho, down towards Seneca. All that's moving on to the northeast as well. In fact, we can put that into motion for the last 3 hours and just see that wave of energy kind of moving across the area. And notice how it tends to dissipate. Again, it's getting far from the radar, and the radar beam is beginning to overshoot the clouds. So there's probably still some pretty big snowflakes coming down in sections of Pulaski County. Much of the heavy accumulating snow has now moved into Ohio, Indiana, central Illinois, and northern parts of Missouri, still getting a pretty good batch of snow too. And it's been ice along the Ohio River this afternoon, and heavy rain and thunderstorms from Nashville all the way down to the Mississippi Delta. This snow right in here, by the way, could come back across our northern counties. As I showed you a few minutes ago, Lincoln already has 5 inches, may pick up a bit more. Winter weather advisory remains in effect for all of southwest Missouri until 6 a.m. Again, not only for the snow we're going to have tonight, but there may be some patchy areas of freezing drizzle too, and that'll just really make those streets slick as a whistle in the morning. Futurecast doesn't really predict the freezing drizzle, but it does say that we're going to have plenty of moisture hanging around overnight. We'll have cloud coverage you wake up tomorrow, maybe some filtered sunshine here along the Missouri-Arkansas line, but it's only going to be just a little bit of filtered sunshine. Probably not a lot of melting going on. Cold weather still building up. In fact, temperatures in central Nebraska right now down in the lower single digits. It's colder north of that. This whole area of high pressure is going to sink into the central U.S. and really expand its grip out. And so we're going to see really below average temperatures here for the next couple of days. Several mornings may actually wind up being below 0 if we get any clearing at all. And you say, oh, I just don't know if I can go through another one. Here's the trade-off with this one, folks. This thing is so big that it's actually diverted the storm track a little bit farther south, and we were looking at some major snowstorm again this coming weekend, but that's been taken out of the picture now, reduced to just flurries thanks to this area of high pressure. So you know what? I think for that trade-off, I'm okay with it. Let's check out our temperature trend. We'll get you into the morning hours. We'll wind up somewhere in the mid to upper teens west and northwest of Springfield. Upper teens to low 20s as you get down towards Mountain Home. And high temperatures are going to be reached around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We should be around 18 in Springfield, mid-20s in northern Arkansas. By the time you get out of work and come home, we may already shave off 4 or 5 degrees from those temperatures. And our wind chills tomorrow are going to be really stiff, too. So for those folks that do have to get out in the morning, dress warm, start the car, because we're talking about -6 in Springfield, nearly -10 in our northwestern counties. And even tomorrow afternoon, we're talking 0 to sub-zero temperatures and the wind chills across much of the viewing area. So our forecasting for tonight, still a little light snow, some freezing drizzle, 15 in Springfield, 16 in Harrison, winds out of the northwest. High temperatures tomorrow, not real warm. We're talking 18 degrees or so in Springfield, about 22 in Harrison, a northwest wind at 10 to 15 miles an hour. And our 7-day forecast, the storm that we were looking at this weekend, we've reduced it to flurries, but we may have flurries Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Right now, no major accumulations, but still pretty chilly. Next week, however, on Tuesday, we're kind of keeping our eye on a storm system. Right now, it looks like a little more accumulating snow with temperatures around freezing.
Okay, Ron. It's a snow day, but that doesn't mean people are snowed in.
Down a hill with some friends. When will this winter ever end?
The fun local schools are having while the kids are out of class.
And a book sounds good. I'm sure you're all reading.
If you're a parent, you probably got the text or pre-recorded phone call telling you school was canceled today.
It's been happening a lot this year and last year. Leaders of a Kentucky school, though, delivered a unique school closing message sounding like a song you probably recognize.
We just got the call, breaking news, school is closed, sorry parents for another day, watch out for frostbiting, very, very frightening, school is canceled, school is canceled, because it's cold. So
they're great. That elementary school principal and a school drama teacher belted out the closing to the tune of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. The song is called fittingly Snowhemian Rhapsody.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes.
Now, it's also happening closer to home, Lisa. Check out this Facebook post from Flippin Elementary School Principal Tracy Marbury Luttrell announcing tomorrow's day off because of ice in northern Arkansas.
Ice, baby. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back in the city of Flippin. Something grabs a hold of us tightly. Snows and ices daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Went outside, all I saw was snow. To the extreme, I know the buses can't move. This is snow day 11 and we're schooling in June. Snow. Can you go out and play? It'd be a shame to waste a whole snow day. Snow day. Some people think it's great. The parents say, oh no, the kids celebrate. Love it or leave it, it's here either way. You might as well kick back and enjoy the day. Yeah, it's a snow day. We'll get through it. So check out my hook while the snow is falling. Ice, baby.
That's great.
Isn't that good?
And even more ice, baby, this time from Spokane. And listen for the shout out to us at KY3.
It's a Tyco weather alert for the schools.
All right, stop. All you students, and listen. I've got some news you don't want to be missing. There are no classes for tomorrow. I'm sorry, all parents. I can feel your sorrow. When they double track, yo, I don't know. Listen for the phone or watch KY3 shows. Break out the board games, turn on the Xbox, head outside with a hat and some warm socks then. Down a hill with some friends.
I say we get a contest going one of these
you know
days.
what? Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's if you're going to shut down a school, do it with a little enthusiasm and creativity. I like that.
Such talent in the Ozarks.
That's
Keep
right.
them coming. We want more to see, right?
Email them to us in the newsroom, news@ky3.com, or put it on our Facebook page. The ones that you saw are all on our Facebook page now, and they're getting a lot of shares.
Oh, we've enjoyed them so. 45-year-old baseball mystery solved. The link the St. Louis Cards have to a rival's logo.
And the Missouri Tigers trying to have a successful gator hunt in Florida against the third-ranked team in the country.
Sports with KY3's Chad Pline starts now.
Well, good evening, everybody. The Bears are resting as we speak in Evansville, getting ready for tomorrow night's game against the Purple Aces, which you can see right here, KY3 at 7 o'clock. Now against the Aces, the Bears will have to contend with the not-so-funny Valentine, DJ Ballantyne. Super sophomore making a run at winning the Larry Bird Award for the league MVP when this season wraps up in March. Last week averaged 34 points over 2 games. A lot of his success comes from that motion offense that Evansville runs.
We got to bring it as a collective unit on the defensive end and on the glass.
Everything goes through him, and they're very difficult to guard with their motion. So we'll have to be really good defensively, but yet understand they're going to get some points because that's what they do.
Last year, Mizzou had 1 win over a top 5 opponent. It was Florida in Columbia. Tonight, the Tigers taking on the 3rd-ranked Gators in Florida. First half, Jabari Brown, the steal, ahead for Jordan Clarkson for the nice slam. We are tied early on. Florida, though, showcasing a new talent, Chris Walker. He sat out half the season for an amateur status investigation. Able to play now, and play did he ever. Nice alley-oop finish there. Fast forward to the end of the half, game tied. Brown letting it fly from deep. Beats the buzzer, hits the tray. Tigers up at the break. Second half, Brown will continue his superb game, nailing this NBA range 3. It would tie the game. He would finish with 15. But Mizzou loses by 10, 68-58. At the D2 level, the defending national champion Drury Panthers move up a spot in this week's coaches poll to number 4 in the nation. Panthers 18-1 on the season. They conclude a 4-game road trip this week at McKendree on Thursday and then Illinois Springfield on Saturday. Meanwhile, Lady Panthers fall from 7th to 9th in their poll following a last-second loss at Quincy last week. Coach Huber's squad 17-2 on the year. Elsewhere at the D2 level, SBU visiting Pitt State. First half, Bearcats pulling ahead. Richard, Brown, Peterson to Derek Stewart. A nice 3-ball. It's good. SBU will be up by 7 at the break. Second half, they continue their on-scoring assault. Preston Gio over Daisy Barmore. Bucket and a foul. Bearcats going to take it. 89-74. Pitt State women looking for their 5th straight win. SBU, their 3rd straight victory. So, you know that Webb City has a football coach named John Roderick, right? Well, there's his oldest daughter, Haley Roderick, driving under for the bucket and the Gorillas. And despite a double-double from Jackie Zelinka, Bearcats fall at Pitt State, the final of 73-58. Time now to think warm thoughts and put an end to this baseball mystery that has befuddled the fans for decades, and one that was just solved today. This is Mr. Red. He was introduced as Cincinnati's mascot back in 1968, and he has something hidden underneath his arm. Right here is a number. Well, that number is the number 27, but why 27? Who wore 27, or does it represent a year? What's it all about? Well, the answer actually dates back to 1966 and the St. Louis Cardinals. That's when the new owner of the Reds, Francis Dale here in the center, bought the Reds from Bill DeWitt. Yes, the father of the current Cardinal owner, but that's not the connection with the Redbirds that we teased. Now, this new owner wanted a new logo for this baseball team, something the city could rally behind because they weren't moving to New York. They weren't moving to L.A. or Minneapolis. So Mr. Red was born with number 27. The number was put there for the owner's new son, whose favorite player at the time wore the number 27 for the Cardinals. Do you remember the middle infielder who was a part of 3 World Series titles in the 60s? He wore number 27? Dal Maxville. Yep, career .219 hitter, favorite player of the Red Sun, though. So Mr. Red, I should say, wore the number 27 for Dal Maxville. Blues and Senators taking it to a shootout tonight, all tied up at 2 apiece. Maxime Leperriere's shot goes wide, but then it's Kyle Turris who's going to beat Yaroslav Halak. Ottawa comes away with the 2 points. They take it 5-4 in the shootout. And just a reminder, the Olympics begin Thursday night right here on KY3.
We will be here. Can't
Definitely.
wait.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for this.
I really am looking forward to this. I hope no news, bad news happens.
Right.
It's going to all be good. We'll be right back.
Just a reminder, Springfield schools are out again tomorrow, and it's going to be another cold day.
Yeah, another cold day in the morning. Could be some freezing drizzle out there, really making roads pretty slick, so folks need to give themselves plenty of extra time in the morning. And don't look for any of that to melt either, because temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper teens tomorrow. Wind chills around 0 all day long. There's the latest radar picture. Another round of snow coming into western Missouri. That one's going to move along in north of I-44 too, so we'll see some more snowflakes.
Okay, Ron, thank you for watching KY3 News here at 10. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Good night.